Alright, so today I got the Platinum Trophy on the game Poppy Playtime. I think a lot of you guys will know what this game is, or at least heard of it before. It's one of the best recent horror games to come out, and it has some shockingly scary moments in it despite looking like a kid's game. But as a wise man once said, pretty girls have the evilest faces. Can't trust nothing, not even giant lanky blue stuffed animals anymore.
What I'm saying.
But Poppy Playtime only has a total of 6 trophies and can be finished in under an hour, making it one of the fastest games to complete that I've ever done. However, it's still a very fun time. I've grown very fond of blue people ever since watching The Smurfs as a child and Avatar as an adult. My ex-girlfriend even had the blue muffin to make me feel more comfortable. Okay, sorry, I have to say it. This video was written by Phil. You might have heard of him. You know, he made an appearance in the Bluey video and he's coming out again. I decided to give him one more try at writing me a script before he gets fired, and I think in the Bluey video he admitted to a crime he committed within the script for it. Honestly, great levels of storytelling. Ubisoft writers can't even begin to comprehend. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one there, Phil. Okay, let's get back on track though. Stage 1 of getting this game complete is also the only stage, so I welcome you all to the final stage of the Poppy Playtime Platinum. Simply beat the story, grab all the VHS tapes, and press this one button within the level. The only collectible trophy of the entire game is called Avid Listener. And if my last few relationships have taught me anything, it's that I need to really listen when they describe how many dudes were actually at that frat house Saturday night. But the game opens up with a title showing Mob Entertainment, the developers of the game. Now, speaking of mobs, do I hear Chicken Jockey? It's not funny. Anyways, you didn't get to pick the language of the game. I thought about going with Minecraft text, seeing as its current events, but I chose to just stick with English because it's my only language and I can barely speak it to begin with. You then make it to the main screen and see the blue man looking down on us in the same face I imagine Jesus Christ looks down upon his followers as they pillage and kill each other over thousands of years, despite his guidance being right there on the shelf. There is then a very ominous video on the VHS tape that begins to play, and the last time I saw a VHS tape, I had some very disturbing things on it as well. Don't ever bring up Motel 6 and October 24th around me. I will piss myself and forget my middle name for 2 minutes. All right, I'm sorry. We gotta stop. Phil, buddy, you have a medical condition. You can get that checked. You're on the medical benefits, dude. Anyways, eventually the scary man goes away and a little girl doll shows up on the screen. Now, if you watch the Bluey video, you would know that I'm usually not allowed around children anymore, but seeing as it's just a doll, it's fine. Right? Yeah, it's totally fine. The VHS tape would then end off with a sudden ending, if that, closing it on a flower painting with a doorway. This is either an episode out of Stranger Things or the entrance to a stripper.
What did he say?
Oh yeah, we are also playing Poppy Playtime if you didn't know. And the goal of the game is to find the flower. I really do hope this leads us into the vanilla unicorn. Mercedes is calling my name. It's been a rough week. But then you do actually begin to play the game for once and just kind of spawn to the toy factory already on the job. It's also very dark and scary, and I peed a little bit just now. But thankfully, a bright green VHS tape was on the counter right in front of our faces, and remember, we need to collect all of those for trophies. So I did, then played it on the corresponding TV right besides us. And I'm not gonna lie, it's so dark, I can't even see what's happening. So instead, I wrote out this little poem for you all to enjoy as this video commences. In Congress, July 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impelled them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted upon men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form, as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown, that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and unsurpassions, pursuing invariably the same object and vices a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such governments, and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the I can't even fucking read the poem. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and unsurpassions, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, Let facts be submitted to a candid world. Hey Phil, it's over. You can stop reading that now, please. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
I then just walked into the room right besides the VHS taping we just viewed. And inside it didn't really hold much except for darkness, broken toys, empty promises, and a fully functioning toy train. So it pretty much looks like my brain and thoughts since October 24th at precisely 9:32 p.m. in the basement behind the... I then walked back to the main lobby and I would end up finding a broken cat toy of sorts, but it was an orange cat, so nobody gives a shit. There was then the first puzzle of the game right next to it, which was just a color puzzle, and I selected the correct colors first try because I have x-ray vision, so the door opened to me like it should. And I would end up finding another VHS tape and used it once more on the corresponding TV. A video tutorial on the grab pack then began, and I don't know about you, but I can only really think of one thing I would use this for in my life, and it's not to pick up toys. Grabbing badonkers, especially your mothers. Hey, I don't know if that can go in, man. This is kind of a kid's game, right? I mean, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know, man. Is this a kid's game? Never mind, Phil. You're good. Keep it up, you son of a bitch. Anyways, I then grabbed the grab pack, which can be used instantly to open a door that was previously locked. But this makes me question something. Does everyone who works here just have to wear these around and travel through the facility? If so, that's retarded. Anyways, the locked room behind the blue hand led to Poppy, or Hugly Wugly, just chilling. And this is also where you can get the first trophy of the game, from pressing his special button. And a song then played. Let's listen together and enjoy for all of its beautiful orchestration. And then the trophy popped, making up progress, 50% now towards the platinum. I then ran around this room with Poppy for a while because I was confused and lost as to what to do. There was a door needing both red and blue hands, but I only had the blue one right now as far as I know. Eventually though, I did make it to this power room that kind of looked like the back rooms, and I was very afraid that an old man with a weird smile would just be sitting in a lawn chair inside of here. It's happened before, so who's to say it can't happen again? But I ended up having to do an electric current puzzle, and this is a thing that you are required to do numerous of throughout the story, which is kind of surprising. Once I did solve it though, the power turned on and Hugly Wugly, or Poppy, I don't even know his real name, the big blue motherfucker, was gone. Yup, he left the room faster than the love of my life left me for a 5'7" business major. But I did find my way to the next room I needed to go to, and while walking down the hall, I saw that blue dude's hand just slide into the next room. You're not sneaky, and yes, I did get scared. I also tried to go into the door next to that, which said to hell, and I'm honestly curious. Let's go. I'm just kidding, you can't go in there. So I went to the room that the blue dude is in, and I immediately got hit with a steam jump scare. I again did fall for it. Yes, I'm a bitch. But I would end up in the next puzzle area, having us collect these 4 different glowing cubes to insert into the control panel in their respective locations. I also found another VHS tape within this mess of a room and watched it. Again, it was very dark and not conceivable as to what was happening. So here's another poem I wrote to fill up some entertainment value that got lost with poor recording devices. Okay. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel already buried deep, 6 feet under screen, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance for you? Cause there's a spark in you. Alright, Phil, this is the fucking lyrics for that one Katy Perry song before she went to space. You idiot. I'm heavily considering ripping medical benefits. Heavily considering it. Anyways, I ended up finishing that color puzzle shortly after that, whatever that was. And it led us to getting the red hand given to us and another trophy popping. We are now 120% of the way to the platinum. That then led us to another power puzzle, and I'm not gonna lie, I spent like, about 23 hours trying to get these damn currents to connect. It was sad. Watching it back, I'm honestly dumbfounded as how I just could not figure it out until I did. It's literally like a monkey learning new tricks for the first time, or a dog learning to roll over. That's the limit of my intelligence. Anyways, I found another VHS tape in the next room and I watched it immediately. For some reason, a video of a nerd teaching people how to make Fortnite montages also turned on, and I don't know why, but this kid's got it. He's going places. Anyways, inside of this big room, there was a little machine to make a friend, as they say, and I did the instructions to do so, which in turn made me a friend, and I will not die completely alone like expected. That also popped the trophy, and we have basically platinum Poppy Playtime now, except we haven't. However, that would lead to the famous chase scene in the game, and as I was trying to leave, the big, tall, sexy blue man showed up to eat me, so I ran away screaming into the vents like it's Among Us. And long story short, I got lost and jump scared the fuck out of. It's actually horrifying. I'm getting shivers on my dick just editing this video right now. But I did manage to do it on my second try despite still having the dick shivers, and we ultimately dragged a box down onto the blue guy's head, sending him down into the hell that is below us. And I got a trophy from that. I then just found the last VHS tape and displayed it, which popped that collectible trophy upon first listen. Turns out they like Hotline Bling in this universe also. I would then make my way through this house that was down here in hell, and it led us right into a little girl's bedroom. Chris Hansen then walked in and asked me, "What are you doing here?" The final trophy then popped. That was the craziest to catch a YouTuber I've ever seen. What the fuck? Okay, so, yeah, that was the Poppy Playtime Platinum Trophy experience. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Phil script once more. Personally, I think he's kind of stupid. Half of his talking points are nonsense. I mean, seriously. Who is listening to Firework by Katy Perry in 2025? We are clearly on a teenage dream by now.